to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, and nobody but nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. True story. All the information from me is below. I coach with Zoom sessions and phone sessions. So whichever you prefer or a combination of both, everything is recorded in my coaching. I go through my coaching program, which I designed during the last 9 years that I've been a coach, step by step. I'm very thorough in my coaching. I start with your history, childhood, adolescence, college years, what have you, and then arriving to present day. Why do I do it this way? Because it matters to me to understand your beliefs, the makeup of your psyche. Okay, and then we do processes in order to get rid of certain conditioning, and then and only then do I proceed to coach you on manifestation. If you want to jump straight to manifestation, I'm not the coach for you. I do it the proper way so it sticks once and for all. I recommend 2 to 3 months in coaching with me. Sometimes it's more, sometimes 2 months is more than enough for certain people. I do recommend that you show up with the intense desire to work, to not rebuttal me, to watch more than one video, okay, before signing up for coaching, in order to make sure that my personality resonates with you, my teaching resonates with you. Okay, I come to work with every single of my clients. I give 100 zillion% to every single one of my clients. However, I do demand the same from my clients as well. If you want to be in my coaching, you need to pre-book, you need to sign the coaching agreement, send it to me via email, sign it by hand, date it by hand, and print your name by hand, scan it, and send it to me via email. Now, there are certain entry-level coaching packages as well available on my website, which is the monthly Magic and Miracles monthly audios. And this is something that's done extremely well. Over like 150 people are subscribed to this service, and do yourself a favor and get it. Okay, it's at $550 now. I will definitely increase it. 12 audios per month. It's basically a lot of material that was going to go into my book and will at some point, whenever I get to that, you receive it directly by email with a link, and you download the link and keep that for you to re-listen to. So 12 audios per month, okay? So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And what that is that in-depth conversations about manipulating energy, magic spells, remote viewing, yes, specific people, person, all sorts of things that I've never talked about on my channel. And again, parallel realities, quantum leaps, all that stuff that will set you up for success and keep you motivated, keep you focused, okay? And people get that oftentimes in addition to my coaching. So you can do the same or get that, as well as another package that has done tremendously well, much to my, gratitude and surprise, quite frankly, because it's not a interactive package. It's the Magic and Miracles video school, okay? So these are 12 videos, okay? This is 1 month package only, the audios you could renew, that essentially go through my coaching program. And those are videos that are 30 minutes long, about, sometimes it's slightly over. And you go step by step through the coaching program, and I give you instructions, I give you the exercises, I explain everything. So for those of you who, for whatever reason, you can't come into coaching with me, this is the package for you. Okay, and like I said, I've been hearing amazing things, like really amazing things. Nothing beats one-on-one coaching. There is that, absolutely. You will, listen, I cover everything, not just specific people, business, health, anything at all, you name it, and we can deal with it in coaching. However, you would need to commit to me at least 2 to 3 months. Okay, that's the commitment, to be honest, that you need to realistically expect of yourself going in. I don't care what kind of coach you've had before. I don't care what you think you've done. I do it my way. I do it very precisely, and in a way that really sticks, in a way that will change your life once and for all. Again, try it out and you'll see. If you want to just book a session with me first and see if I resonate with you, you can also do that on my website. Okay, hi Kat V, hi Gabriella. So today we're going to cover a topic of energies, one of my favorite subjects. And why? Because energy rules the world. I mean, it's absolutely number one reason why people don't achieve results. Yes, beliefs, yes, programming, but overall the energy with which you operate in the world and the kind of energy that creates itself in your world based on your belief systems, based on something that you've been programmed to believe. And the topic of today is doing energy work on third party. Now, this is not woo-woo magic. This is not like voodoo shit or anything like that. Okay, this is straight up addressing the one that you carry, like walking around with. Okay, right here, right now. If you have attracted a third party, or if you have attracted more than one third party throughout your romantic life, understand that there is a wound that is unhealed. Okay, that's it. And the energy with which you will operate going forward needs to change. If you're expecting interference, if you're expecting somebody to swoop in and get, what is really yours, nobody can do that, by the way. They will do this every single time. If you are in fear of something, it will greet you in the 3D, in other words. And so eliminating a third party has to happen in your mind. Your mind is the most powerful, potent tool that you'll ever have in your life. Okay, so going back into the programming and really establishing why is it that you think that you manifested this? Who are you in a competition with? Okay, you're really not competing with anybody but yourself. And this is very true if you understand who you are. If you don't know who you are, if you feel the need to copy somebody, then you'll be met with competition all the time. And you'll be doing some really, running into some really stupid things. Okay, so you are unique, you have your own gifts, you have profound impact onto your own world. So the question then becomes, why do you choose to impact yourself in this manner? Why do you choose to work against yourself? Okay, and that is a loaded question, and there's a lot of components in it. Maybe you witnessed something growing up. Maybe, again, you're in fear of, getting it, but then somebody taking it from you, not being able to hold on to it. Maybe, it goes back to self-confidence. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot to mention, I added a new package on my website, Big Sexy Confidence in 30 days. Okay, but disclosure, it says it in the description there. This is obviously addressing confidence, but if you might need longer time, then, that's what you might need. But this is specifically tailored towards your confidence, towards dating, towards commanding the room, towards everything that I've learned about confidence in modeling, in acting, etc., etc. So what is it that you think about yourself? Right? That you're easily replaceable, or that you just don't matter at all. That, most people, like I said, all of them actually, that come into my coaching, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. But on the inside, the confidence is lacking and therefore lackluster results. But on the outside, there's on paper, every single one of my clients, they're formidable, amazing, beautiful people. I mean it, like inside and out. And for the life of me, like if you ask me, if it wasn't a client, coach situation, I would never believe the kinds of problems. But see, that's how confidence operates. Like it could literally magnetize things or demagnetize things out of your life. Laura P. Hi, Laura P. Laura P says, I'm out at a barbecue. How American of you, or Canadian, should I say. But we'll listen to your replay as always. Okay, sounds good. Cheers, by the way. Back to my Paris. Ran out for a hot second there. So that's the whole dilemma. The third party themselves was created in your world as a representation of your fear. Like, that person does not have an opinion. They don't have an agenda against you. They are literally somebody who's just acting out your fears. Now, of course, if it's something that has been dragging on in your life, I can definitely teach you how to do energy work around it. Okay. In my coaching, yes, we do a lot of energy work. We learn how to do energy work. And no, it's not witchcraft. It's not fucking woo-woo shit, like I said, or anything like that. You are made of energy. Other people are made of energy. It's an energy world. And there are many times where you're carrying around the energy of somebody else, the energy of a belief that belongs to somebody else. And you need to let go of that. And we process a lot of these things in my coaching. And let me tell you, it works like fucking magic. If you want to become a magician of your life, like, seriously, come into my coaching. Nobody teaches that. Nowhere near. Hold on, let me read comments. Guru, bye. Really want to know one thing about you guys. You guys? What did you think about life and death? Who is you guys? Who does he think he's talking to? Please tell me. I want to know life and death. Okay. If you have to ask questions like that, I think you need to go someplace else. Anyway, back to us. In other words, if you're making it a problem, it's going to become a problem. The problem resides in your mind. And so you're activating it as this person. In letting go of this energy, in really examining what brought up this problem in the first place. Were you afraid that somebody was going to take this? Were you afraid of losing this person to somebody, for example? Were you really kind of like waiting for this to happen? Some people manifest things themselves, don't even give themselves credit for it, and walk around like pretending like, who's to blame? If you really dig deep enough into your thoughts, you will identify precisely the moment that you've commanded this third party into existence and have been commanding it. And therefore, you have really no right to playing victim in the situation. It doesn't serve you to play victim, period, because you might as well take matters into your hands and unmanifest this third party completely and don't manifest another third party. Just for the sake of, like, nobody's entitled to what you are entitled to. The end. The problem is you're not a doctor. Who said I'm a doctor? No, I'm not a psychologist. I'm a coach. Relax, please. And so it's just a metaphor of your fear. The fear resides, why? Again, because you were brought up to think you saw something, okay? Maybe you saw that this is how men cheat. This is how they behave. Maybe somebody told you something from their own experience. Maybe it's your own parents that the marriage fell apart because of that. Numerous things are possible, but the idea then stuck in your mind and you kept replaying it rather than buying into something completely different, okay? Completely different, like, I only attract people in my relationships who want to do right by me. I only attract men who are faithful and loyal. I only attract women who are faithful and loyal. I only attract men who treat me kindly. Okay. Now, if in the beginning this is something that's completely foreign to you, and you really, it's just like, you know, it irks you, just like, I can't even begin to believe this. This is your belief system, completely rejecting this new programming. And this is what I work on in coaching. And I'm sure you will have many examples of your own where it's like, you just can't get to it in your belief system until you talk it out. Why? And so my method was not being therapy. Okay, I never said I was a therapist. Although I do have psychology class training. I've taken many psychology classes. I think every coach should. You have to really change it in your mind. Your mind is the one directing the show. Your mind is the one that's not letting you have it. Nobody else is in competition with you but yourself. And I think when you come to this conclusion, when you really like absorb this information on a higher level, that you're only competing with yourself. And if everybody got that, by the way, in every department of their life, in coaching, as a coach, in business, in love affairs, in marriage, etc., you would notice a huge difference in the quality of relationships and the quality of work people do. But because there's this sort of, I don't know, propaganda, let's just call it this way, that there's some kind of a competition. I gotta get mine before you get yours. Then it becomes like a super stupid situation of, I don't know, it's like nobody has a personality anymore. Look on social media, everybody's mimicking each other, everybody wants to be like the other one. This is exactly where it's coming from. This false identity that you feel that you have to put on rather than being exactly who you are, completely, authentically. And then in that case, there's no competition for you. If you're trying to be like somebody else, if you're in fear of missing out, or if you're in fear of losing, you're not in the vibration of authenticity. And your mind is completely fucked at that moment, operating in survival mode rather than being creative. And you create things that are diametrically opposed to what it is you want. And so in order to become a master magician, your mind has to become strong. And whenever you are really tempted in starting to think about situations that have been presented to you in a way that doesn't serve you, check yourself. This too shall serve me. I've had my brain trained this way for the last 15 years. Like whatever happens to me serves me all the same. Good, bad, indifferent. All of it fucking serves me. A third party shows up, great, serves me. I haven't had a third party in God knows million years over. But you see, even if a third party showed up, it would be like in a snapshot, they're gone. Because you don't even accept that as a challenge in your mind. You don't even, grant them that permission of being in competition with you. It's like, what third party? The only third party that we accept is a fucking dog, okay? That's it. There's no such term in your reality. And so your mind has to become super strong in that you're positioned in a state of power in your reality. And then nobody's welcome to share your space with you. But that only can happen if you're authentically you. Again, if you're trying to be somebody you're not, if you're people pleasing, if you're trying to, like, let's just say, for example, hi, you know nothing. Don't fall asleep on me today, huh? Ada, hi, lovely to see you too. So let's just imagine, I'm like, this is what I hear in my coaching like all day long, okay? Like almost from every single person, I like literally in my coaching. Anna, you're so unique, you're so fabulous, Hey, I'm not talking, they are, okay? By the way, the other day, oh my God, I'm stepping out of my car. We're going to dinner with my guy. And this dude is walking by Fifth Avenue. And he's like, magic and miracles. I'm like, oh no, here we are. I was like seriously thinking like, great. Anyway, so people tell me all the time, you're so great, you're so authentic, you're so unique, because it feels as though, and this is 100% true what I'm about to say, it feels as though most coaches get together and literally plan out what they're going to like talk about, all of them. Like they have a fucking convention, even the titles are the same, the topics are the same, the way they teach is the same, and all that fucking shit. I'm like, yeah, from what I've seen, it's pretty fucking accurate. So imagine if and I can tell you why that is, because they're so worried about the likes and the clicks and the whatever the fuck else. I don't give a shit about that. Meaning I appreciate that, but that is not my driving force. My driving force is being authentically me and being inspired by whatever the fuck I'm inspired. I'm not gonna change for anybody. I'm convinced in my own truth, not like, stubbornly, like I don't accept any other kind of like opinions, but what I know, I know. My authenticity is not for fucking sale. I'm going to be who I really am. And whoever wants to come along, great. And whoever doesn't, they can fuck off. Right? So this is how, I operate. But now imagine if I started to be like all these other coaches and started like, what would please my crowd that I talk about? Like the only thing that I did, that I adjusted, was like I started talking about SPs. But if you really listen to my material, it's actually not about SPs. It's more like centered on you. So in fact, the whole fucking time I'm talking about you and how to help you, but that would be a pretty boring kind of like angle, it feels like, out there. So instead, I'm and kind of like framing it in the frame of SP. But what I'm really doing is directing your attention with that and then talking to you about you. And that's what really needs to be addressed. But I'm not going to start doing the things out of, feeling afraid or trying to attract somebody or whatever, please somebody else. So you see, that's very attractive. That's confidence. And so if you right now are struggling with the situation where you've attracted a third party, or in the past you had such a thing, and you're afraid that you're going to attract another one, just completely disregard the situation and start investing in yourself. Because not in a competitive way, but completely focused on yourself. Like today, I feel weird even talking about it, but I know a lot of people would love to hear that, because for me, that's not even like, I don't even know what that's like. I've had situations in the past, but they were so foreign to me that it was really strange. It was my drug addict ex-boyfriend, and it was like third party on top of third party. But since then, I've not experienced that. True story. And so, in other words, I know if it's me, it's just me. And even if there is a third party, like as soon as I meet somebody, they fucking disappear. Okay, so the confidence with which you are becoming your true self, your own authentic wonder, your own magician of your life, eliminates all fucking third parties. And I know, it's not, it could be not just a person, it could be whatever, some kind of a obstacle, situation, distance, blah, blah, blah. No matter. It doesn't matter. If you're confident within yourself, you can eliminate any third party. Yeah, thank you, Ketvi. This guy is so fucking annoying. Wow, some people have really no life. Like, seriously. You know nothing. I'm wide awake and listening. I've been waiting all day. Hilarious. So funny. Yeah, Guru had to go. Yeah, Guru my ass. Oh, I wanted to share this before I forget. I ordered this incense. Oh my fucking god, it's the best incense I've ever had in my life. Seriously though. I don't say this lightly. Solaces. Can you guys see it? Solaces. It's called Dragon's Blood. Oh my god, I don't even know how to describe it. It's sweet. It's heavenly. Oh my god, it's so good. I just ordered one box and a bunch of other things, but this flavor is, oh my fucking god, like so good. And it's something like when I meditate and I light the incense, I'm able to go to like portals, you know what I mean? This incense is like I'm gonna be in another portal entirely. I'm telling. I mean, listen, me as a coach, I also am manifesting all the time, and this is what inspires me. So if it inspires you, do it. Yeah, dragon's blood and the oil. I also have the oil. Oh my god, it's so good. Like, I don't know how to describe the scent. It's sweet, but it's musky. It's really beautiful. It's gorgeous. I'm not selling these, but don't worry about it. It's not my company. I'm not an investor in it either. So, any questions thus far, everybody? Don't stay quiet, okay? Yeah, as soon as I opened it, I'm like, I am so talking about it in live. Kedvi says, yep, that's, excuse me, that's the best description of that scent. Yeah, it is. It's so good. I could just like, I was like, I wish there was a perfume with that, so I can spray it all over me. Dancing Cloud 8, hey, how are you? I came a bit late, no problem. Yeah, well, I'm always late, but I'm going to try to make it a point not to be late anymore to my lives, because now my schedule, I have to like finish by 6 today, my time, which means in a half hour. So, right. In other words, there is no such thing as a third party. So let's just say that. Like, to me, honestly, when I came on YouTube 2 years ago, I was like, what is a third party? What is this? Like three people for dinner? I don't know, like totally like oblivious. And then in realizing like what that means, I was like, what? That's not even a thing. That's just, you can totally make it disappear. Again, maybe it's just easy to me, but, having worked on myself for so long, I just, it just goes, if you detach yourself from the meaning of it belongs in my reality, it disappears like 1, 2, 3. Okay. Listen, unless it's such a thing like a lawsuit or, you know what I mean, or some kind of a lengthy situation which you cannot help in 3D, as long as you get there in your mind, even in the case of lawsuits, like with money, with SPs, even with healing, whatever, getting a text message and an email is the easiest shit in the world. But now some things, of course, like babies being born like in 9 months, obviously, right? Again, lawsuit or whatever, I mean, still could be sped up. As long as in your mind you already get there and you say to yourself, you know what? Yeah, all right, I've produced this situation, but now I can make it disappear completely. All right. So let me say a few things about the energy work. So if you manifested, I'm not going to give away my coaching material, okay? But when you're doing the energy work on yourself and you're becoming more of who you are, that extraneous energy that you've carried around with you, meaning that attracted the situation with the third party, it just stops being. I don't know what happens. Okay, once you make a decision to part with your past, to completely reconfigure that situation and establish a new pattern, and that's exactly what's challenging for people, okay, because they're so accustomed to living in a certain kind of way, and for it to be hard, for it to be really challenging, etc., etc. Life is actually really, really easy. Okay, and now a lot of people, I'm sure, are gonna be like, well, it's easy for you, Anna, because la la la. Well, you know what? I've been there when life was shit. Okay, I know exactly what it feels like to be like, I'm fucking hopeless right now. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. I've been there many times. All right, more times that I can't care to share. But essentially, you know what that really taught me is that the very feeling of hopelessness and feeling like, oh, there's no answer, the reason why it feels so strange and so painful is because that's actually a lie. Okay, and at the moment that you're saying that to yourself, you're buying in automatically into something rather than into something else. Okay, so if you're so used to things being hopeless, you're buying in still to a story. You can rewrite an entirely different story for your life. Okay, I've done this many times in my life. Over and over again, I've done that, jumping timelines. Okay, so don't think like, oh, she has no idea what I'm going through. Oh, fuck yes, I do. I can literally relate to every single one of my clients, which is why I'm able to coach. Like, if I couldn't relate to your problems, like, I probably wouldn't be able to be so good at what I do. And so it goes directly into the ideology. What are you buying into right now? What are you like wholeheartedly, like no questions asked, giving your money to, metaphorically speaking, and not acknowledging that, you know what, there is a different way. There's a completely different way. And all I have to do is change my mind, change my energy. You're literally manipulating the entire world with your energy every second of your waking day. You're just not aware of it. So it goes back to your mind becoming strong about it and making a decision, and for that decision to be enough to produce an outcome. Okay, now certain people have resistance towards, like, let's just say specific people. Certain people have resistance towards money, but wherever your resistance lies, there's certainly a part of your life where you're really good at that. Okay, or if you're not, if it's all around, challenge, then, come into my coaching, I'll explain. But at some point, you have definitely experienced certain things that you've applied confidence to, you've applied knowing to, and it definitely came true. Maybe even a little bit of, kind of like progress, even a little bit of adjustment into the right direction. The idea is to do more of that, to trust more of that than of the opposite, to be able to completely buy into a new idea versus the old idea. The old idea you know all about. Isn't it boring by now? It hasn't produced results for you. It will not produce results for you now. So in any given moment, you can make the switch into a new reality, in an alternate reality where, yes, the third party is no more. Like literally just like that. Now, when I say this, parenthesis here, I always, include in parentheses where it's like, if this person is abusing you, if this person is being abusive, I draw the line at that. If it's mentally, emotionally, physically abuse, forget it. Like, don't waste any time. Get out of it as quickly as you can, and don't sugarcoat it for yourself. That's gonna be harder for you to, you know what I mean? Chances are you already have so many memories with this person. I do not recommend it. I've been through it myself. There's no fucking way I want this person back, even if they were made of fucking gold, okay, head to toe. Like, really don't give a shit about that, because it's just, it will fuck with your psyche even more. That's my opinion. Armando, how to deal, excuse me, how to deal with attacks, please? What kinds of attacks? What are you talking about? Spirituality. Oh, psychic attacks. Oh, well, I just told you more or less. If somebody, okay, let me back it up. This has happened to me, okay? And actually, my topic, I always veer off because I want to give like practical steps rather than talk theory all day long. It has happened to me a few times where it's like I felt psychically attacked. I did. I mean, I don't want to like put it in your head what was happening. And it's too personal, all right? But I mean, there was like a zero doubt in my mind that I literally was psychically attacked. And people do crazy shit for different reasons. Jealousy. Jealousy mostly, essentially. Not understanding that they could have the same things or whatever. Essentially, I realized why that was, because on some level, I invited that, okay? Meaning I was still holding on to something that had the door open towards that, meaning the energy was a match, okay? So in other words, if I'm still holding on to anger for some person, or it doesn't have to be related to this person at all, by the way, if I'm still doubting, if I have insecurity of some kind, and we're all, works in progress, masterpieces in progress, then you have the door open towards certain things. If you have suffered trauma, if you really, suffered quite a bit of pain emotionally, physically, etc., and you haven't processed that, it's kind of like there is a stain on your aura, for the lack of better explanation, and you're walking around with a wide open invitation to all sorts of other energies. And this is why it's so important to process emotions, practically speaking, in order not to invite that shit. And so, especially if, like, okay, so let's just say if some person keeps coming to your mind and you know that you don't like this person, okay, that's one of the signs. If you get sick a lot, if you, are having like anxiety attacks. Now, I mean really extreme, like, you know what I mean? If you can't stop, can't go to sleep, have insomnia, things like that, there's somebody doing something, okay? It's not just stress. Like, you can't write off things to stress altogether. But what I would do is essentially clear that energy. And I teach that in my coaching. It's very important, but most importantly, it has to do with something that happened before that, okay? And you can protect your energy going forward with this is just way of living for me now, especially working with people. And I don't just work with people. Like, when I work with people, I also communicate with energies that are attached to them, meaning whoever's in their life. And some people, even some coaches ask me, like, aren't you afraid of, I'm like, no, I'm not. There have been a couple of times when I got scared, a little bit, but not to the point of stopping coaching, because I've had a couple of really weird instances where I'm literally like, I've had this dream. I think I already discussed this, where I literally felt like somebody was like a demon was choking me, because I was helping this woman. She's been through a lot. I don't want to talk about it specifically now, but she went through a lot, like an enormous amount of trauma, okay? So you can kind of surmise what that was. And as I was helping her, and we had like so many sessions, it was just like, meaning throughout the week. And, I was, she was constantly in touch with me. And at some point I had this like bizarre dream. It was not a dream. It was more like, I don't know how to explain it. It was lucid. I was lucid, okay? I'm sleeping in my bed just like I was, but there was this demon that like literally started choking me, okay? And it was so real, and I started praying in my dream, and I asked my guardian angels to help me. And I literally, when every time that I ask my guardian angels to help me, they're right there with me. I'm like, wake me up. And it was hard for me to wake up. Like, I know I was asleep, kind of like in between realities of sorts, in between realms. But I woke up screaming. My man was like, what? What are you doing screaming? Like, what? But yeah, but then I stayed up for like an hour, like literally meditating and asking for that energy to go. But it helped this person so much, because I had a conversation with her, and she said, Anna, I feel so much lighter. Something had lifted, and I don't feel anymore. It was just like a totally brand new situation for her. But, and there was a couple of other, that was very kind of like memorable, let's just say. But I'm not intimidated by it, because I know that force is not as strong as the light. So even though it was, yes, spooky in the process, but I protect myself all the time. You can have your protective light, okay, that you walk around with. And so any dark energy cannot penetrate that light. They're not allowed to, especially if you have an agreement with your higher self, guardian angels, etc., to stop any kind of fucking attack. At the very least, give you an inkling right away. But here's the deal, right? You always feel, your intuition is always guiding you, like who's made of light, who's made of darkness. Like, I might as well talk about this, right? I don't want to come off as like a white witch over here, but kind of. All right, I think it's very present in our reality. Like, different people are just made of different energies, different intentions, okay? So whenever you create something in your life like that somebody's interfering, seemingly, etc., it's just a excuse me, it's just an out picturing of, again, this invitation for this kind of energy. Um, it's an invitation to entertain that. And I have to say, right? So, like, you guys know, I've been like so transparent on my channel with the situation that recently arose and all this kind of stuff. I don't shy away from being honest. And I think it's really important to, like, not. I don't want to like come off as like I'm a super fucking hero. I just know how to manifest effortlessly, and things happen to me too, okay? And I think that humanizes me. I'm not a I'm not Jesus, I'm not like, I don't walk on water. I think that's really important to be transparent, that even to a coach things can happen. But for me personally, like I've said many times, all of this is curiosity. I don't view it. But if you're literally deliberately want to eliminate somebody, like 1 to 3, you can do that. Me myself, I've said this before, I like to observe things, I like to look at things, I like to study, I like to, it's interesting to me. So in some cases I let it drag on just for educational purposes only. Excuse me. Otherwise, how would I learn, right? I mean, I'm just saying, if everything was hunky-dory, which it can be, I can totally, like, right now, not coach anymore, not do shit, and live a happy life ever after, but I would be so fucking bored. I need new inspirations and, people to help and stuff like that. Okay, Adam. I had recently a lady who read my aura for relationships, and she saw that the guy I manifested, I met him in the previous life, where he ended my life because he was very angry on women in general. Yeah, okay. Voodoo shit, haha. And in this life, I have to forgive him and men in general because I had also anger on men. Forgiveness is a bit hard, but I'm working on it. After the reading, I became detached emotionally. Okay. I don't know that that's a good thing. Yeah, forgiveness is paramount. You're not condoning it, you're just parting with that energy. Especially for men, I don't feel attached to the past anymore. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you're the one who writes me these like mile long comments, right? You need to come into my coaching. There's no other way for me, because you have some things there, and I can say it because it's, you made it public. So hi Kiaja, I'm doing fantastic. I hope you're too. Armando, thanks for your assistance. You're welcome. Energy work doesn't lie. Oh yeah, I mean, literally, I'm not even bragging. I teach this in my coaching now because I hesitated in the beginning, especially from YouTube. I didn't know like what the reception would be, but people are so receptive and actually asking me to talk about it. But it's real power. It's real power. It works like magic, and it can work overnight. And the thing is, like, the emphasis that I want to make is that you have to purify yourself. Your energy has to be totally clean, and you have to know yourself, know your energy. Then it's extra powerful. And anytime something extraneous comes in, you can always recognize it, and you guys are empaths, you know how it's like easy to pick up somebody's energy and start to pick up on their thoughts and things like that. Well, it is for me. But your energy has to be strong and your mind has to be strong. And then a decision is enough. I mean, all the things that, you can light candles, you can burn incense, you can, whatever helps you get into the mood of creating magic, right? And again, many people will say, oh, this is witchcraft. No, this is just literally creating energy. I call it energy work, creating energy. Like this incense right here, why I'm so crazy about incense, it's literally like a feeling is a portal to another dimension to me. So if I'm creating this in my mind with sense, like that's how it helps me, right? If I'm lighting a candle and it makes me feel some type of way. Like I buy these like amazing candles. For those of you who know Le Labo, oh my God, Cade is the most amazing candle that has ever been created in humankind. I'm convinced. It smells magnificent. And for those of you who know, you know. But so it's all a creation of energy, and then sending that energy out with a powerful intention to create for you, right? It's power bar none, like literally. Okay, so Ada, very true, it does work very quickly. Yeah, it's spooky how it works, it really does. Thanos, it's us. Hi from hi from Greece, you mean? Hellas, Greece. I stumbled myself for a second now. But okay, so essentially, to summarize, whatever you're carrying with yourself has some kind of thing. Yes, maybe from a past life and this and that. I usually, obviously concentrate on life today. Okay. And yes, usually people who you carry over from past lives, I mean, they're already here. So you might as well deal with this bullshit. Okay. So pay attention to what you're attracting. It will be so easy for you to detect where is the area of opportunity, in other words. And if that is your challenging spot, then that's to be fixed. That's to be addressed. Everything after that is the aftermath of what was created in the first place. And so again, if you have a dark spot in your aura, then things may come against you temporarily, not go your way, this, that, and the other. But if you know your demons, in quotations, if you understand what has happened and give it a different spin, I'm giving you gold here, I hope you catch it, then even the sheddy shed starts to work in your favor. It just happens like that. I've reinterpreted myself and my life like many times over. All right. So you have the option of carrying on like you have for however many years, or reinterpreting the entire existence that you've lived thus far, giving a different meaning, different direction, different whatever, and pursuing a new goal. And it's something magical happens, like even if the third party shows up, let's just say, and you're tested, like what are you going to do now? Meaning, how are you going to handle it? You handle it in a completely different manner. Even if another narcissist comes along, right? You handle it in a different manner. This time you don't get sucked into the trauma panorama. You're able to handle it like with white gloves. And I don't mean surgical, like, white gloves like Fifth Avenue doorman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, please, let me handle you. Like you were supposed to be handled in the first fucking place, okay? Like, you don't even touch me. You don't even begin to touch me. So understanding, first of all, your superiority over the dark energy, over the unwanted creations is job one, right? So understanding that this was somehow invited into your life, even if it's unconscious or involuntary, okay? The examination of energy becomes key. So energy and it just matches up. It's just like sticks to you like glue, all right? If you can't get rid of a problem, it's just energy. You're walking around and it's just sticking to you, okay? Just like, but reverse it, reverse engineer what sticks to you. Money can stick to you like this. Lovers can stick to you like this. You see what I'm saying? Adam, oh, it's a good question. What is your opinion on alcohol? People always say that it can lower your vibration and attract lower things like entities. So you know what? That is so funny. I was thinking about it the other day. So I quit alcohol like a few months ago, and I've been meaning to do this for a while. And I wasn't a heavy drinker by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I would have like a couple of glasses of wine or champagne and this and that, maybe a beer. And you know, personally, it got to a point with me where even if I had one drink, okay, I felt so shitty, you know, like the next day, as if I was drinking like for, I don't know, 10 hours straight. And I guess I would say it's like this. It's personal. Um, I've been a drinker all my life, like, you know what I mean? Not a heavy drinker again, but you know, wine, champagne, this and that, sometimes cocktails. And it didn't prevent me from manifesting a lot of beautiful shit. But I think everybody evolves. And so for me at this stage, personally, I can only speak from my own personal, it became inevitable because I just felt like it was time for it to go. And at first I was just like, well, let's just do a cleanse and see how I feel. And I didn't even, I felt no like cravings or anything like that. It was just like, that's it, I'm done with it. And I have to say, again, from my own personal experience, my mind is on another level now. On another level, I'm so crystal clear. I can't even like describe it. How clear, I thought I was clear before. Now I'm like on another level clear and more, I mean, more energy goes without saying, but like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's another level of consciousness, okay, that clicks in. And I didn't like want to like talk about it. I have no secrets again, but it was just like, let me talk about this on my channel at some point when, you know, the moment is right. But I didn't do it again out of like, you know, I don't know. I didn't have a problem or anything like that. Not even close. But the thing is, I felt drawn to it. Just like in 2016, I gave up meat, or 2015 or 2016, somewhere around there, whatever. I was just drawn to it. I was like, this has to go. That for me was, you know, and I feel like my life began anew. I don't know like how to say it. I literally I'm so serious. And I'm able to like, you know, some people come to me with like ADD or ADHD or whatever. My personal opinion, again, not a doctor disclosure, is that if you're able to handle many things at once, that's a good thing. And I very much have that. But now I'm able to handle even more things at once. So whatever that means to anybody, that's my answer. As far as inviting entities, you know, again, you have the decision, right? At any given time, what it is you're inviting, what it is you're not inviting. If you're unconscious about it, then it's time to get conscious about everything, right? Consciously uninviting anything extraneous. And you will feel, in other words, like what I was talking about, like now I'm really, I mean, I've been super clear on my energy for a long time now, like over 10 years. You have to become clear with your energy. So if you're coming into the vicinity of a different energy that's not benevolent, etc., then you have to become aware of it and not lie to yourself. Because yes, in moments, or there is a chance maybe that this energy will take over you, meaning it will affect you, meaning it will affect whatever, if you let it. But again, the choice is yours. So I don't care if it comes through form of alcohol or interacting with other people or interacting with thoughts or ideas. Okay, it really is kind of like irrelevant to me. Sorry. Excuse me. I think it's the idea of what it is you're letting in. Okay. Yes, I know. Thank you, Catherine. I'll go like 10 more minutes because I was late 10 minutes. Or something like around there. Sorry. But thank you for the question. That was really nice. Um, you see that? Ada, I have stopped drinking last year. In the past, I used to drink a lot because I was overwhelmed with old emotions. And when I left alcohol, all emotions came flooding in. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're drinking to suppress something, then naturally, right? This is not voodoo shit. Again, I'm a manifestation coach. We're talking about energy. Very much part of manifesting. Darling. Iron Maniac. What a screen name. I didn't know how to release emotions. Well, you know what? Most people don't, especially people in my coaching. They always, I mean, it's just, you know what? As a species, I think, as kind of like generations of people upon generations, we've been taught that something is wrong with feeling how you feel. You need to suppress it and put a smile on your face all the fucking time. It's abnormal. Okay, if something's bothering you, you need to relinquish that. You will live in such a beautiful way. But people are afraid of uncomfortable emotions, and in fact choose the even more uncomfortable situation of living with those emotions 24/7. So, Ketvi, are you reading this? Um, Iron Maniac. I have a problem with sleep because I stay up late and wake up at 4 a.m. because I hate work. Well, change what you do would be job one, no? Oh my God, and all of a sudden I'm so parched. Oh yeah. High five, Ketvi. Okay, this is just the beginning of this discussion, but I wanted to test the waters with everybody for you see what kind of reactions I'm getting. Some mystic advice. Let me pull out my crystal ball, okay? He said, I was expecting some mystic advice. Uh, okay, rewind and rewatch, okay? Don't be lazy, please. You're not even aware of what you're coming into, so you gotta like get familiar first. Uh, thank you, Ketvi. So energetically position yourself as strong, and then it's a piece of fucking cake for you. I would say this. If your energy, here's the idea, ready? This might sound like narcissism in some people's ears, especially those who don't know me, but this is just how the world is constructed, right? Provided you're benevolent, always have to fucking insert this. You can overpower anybody, any kind of energy, any kind of person that doesn't suit you, okay? Provided you know what you're doing, provided you know your energy and how powerful you are, okay? If you don't know that, forget it. Then it will be the situation of you're allowing somebody else to take your spot of power. So as long as you're not in power, finito. So when you allow your power to be somebody else's, a person or whatever, a circumstance, whatever, you literally giving up your power to somebody else. Meanwhile, you can be in power, you can be in charge. Okay, so then your energy can overpower any third party, any dark entity, any fucking whatever. I don't care what it is. I'm not intimidated by literally anything. And again, don't want to create a situation here of my entire life story, but trust me when I'm telling you, like, I've lived some crazy shit, which I got pulled out of because of divine intervention and all this kind of shit. The light energy is way stronger and you're made of it. So as long as you go back to that authenticity, go back to that light energy, you can conquer any shit. And the third party, pop poo, it ain't shit, please. You know what I mean? We're dealing with demons in sleep over here. Like literal demons that couldn't fucking choke me because, you know what I mean? It ain't shit. So, hold on a second. Let me read the comments and then I gotta go. Ba ba ba. Ada, I drank on my sister's birthday recently and I didn't like it anymore. That night I saw something that looked like a man with snake eyes. So weird. Oh. My life is like a SF movie, science fiction movie. No more alcohol. Yeah, maybe that's the sign. Specifically bullies. I don't know what that's a reference to. That this is true. Hi, Richard. Ada. I said to that, go away and leave me to sleep. And I called Archangel Michael. And that, whatever it was, disappeared. Yeah, listen, it's like, you know what I mean? Like going back to my curiosity, I'm curious as shit about these things. You know what I mean? And again, like sometimes I have really weird dreams and I interact with all sorts of different situations. And if I get scared, if I get bored, if I don't want, I want out of that situation. In my dreams, in waking life, I'm like, angels, just take care of this shit. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I've had it with the entertainment part. Wake me up. And I wake up just like that, and all of a sudden the phone rings, I get the email, I get the text, I get a solution. Universe has fucking ears, dude, guys. Like, literally, it has ears. It is listening to you like 24/7. So when you're not able to manifest a way to third party, or you're not are not able to manifest your SP, the answer is within you. It's not about the fucking SP. The SP will come along with you like a handbag. Go watch my latest video on that. It's about the energy that you are. And that's the energy work on your the third party, if you have one right now. That's really all there is to it. That's what I wanted to say today. Excuse me. Crown Sun, demons and sleep, it ain't shit. Thank you. Sorry, my voice. So parched. I have no idea why. Richard, will have the power. It was gift given to all. Exactly. Right, but don't misuse your power. Don't be like, listen, don't misunderstand what I'm teaching here, all right? Because some people have come into my coaching and they're like, okay, let's fuck up the third party. No, let's not. Let's not. Let's get rid of them, but energetically. We're not going to cause harm to anybody. You don't need to. You don't need to. You're going to open the door to a portal that you're never going to be able to close if you're going to start doing weird shit. Energetically, uninviting some energies from your life is very easy if you know your energy. You just disengage completely. And yes, of course, you ask for help from the universe, from angels, from higher self and from all of that. But it can be done like this. All right, guys? Okay. Thank you very much for watching. The golden rule, right? Yes, exactly, Richard. If you have any questions about my coaching, email me directly or just pre-book. Okay, it's a very good idea to pre-book. If you have any questions beforehand, definitely email. Thank you for watching. Go rewatch. You know nothing. Thank you for staying and not falling asleep. Until next time, everybody. Big kiss. Thank you, Kat V. Thank you, everybody. See you next week. Ciao, ciao.